try this. Whoa, it's a whole room. Okay. Completely wrong one. Now then. Aha! Okay. Now then. Can anyone hear me?
Now then. Can anyone hear me? Now then.
Yep. Hello, hello. I'm on a very random setup and it's going to be quite laggy, but I should be able to see your chat because I've got a laptop to my right. So, the first time I was trying this. If anyone can... Yeah, I know, the echo will go in a sec, I think. Is the echo gone now? Sorry, this is very, very experimental. Just going to pop out the chat. That's better. Okay, thank you, Mark. That's very useful to know. It's put me on a big, wide, scary screen, which is not quite what I'd intended, but that's okay. So, the aim of this is to see whether this slightly random setup works. I've got an old laptop from work here. I've got my mobile here, so I'm not using a camera connected to the laptop. So what I see on the screen is probably about 5 seconds after I've said it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I have, as you can probably see to my left here, a very large collection of auction ephemera, which I've picked up from a couple of places actually, in a couple of different auctions over the past couple of weeks, and it's all arrived, or I've collected it, which was nice because it saves you a lot on the delivery charges. And you need some risers in your Detolf. Do you mean additional shelves, Mark? Or do you mean sort of different layers? I'm sorry if I'm slow in reacting to what you've just typed, because I don't see. I'm probably seeing it faster than I'm saying it. It's very confusing, this. What I'm hoping is that I can make this laptop work like it would work when people are using StreamYard. I'm only on YouTube's standard live utility. That's it. That's as sophisticated as it is. I might run out of phone power. I might run out of all sorts. I just don't know yet. Oh, you acrylic risers. Okay, yeah. That thought has occurred to me. I mean, the whole thing needs a bit of reorganization. I've got sort of the full figures are quite tricky to manage inside of the Tolf. Put the starships on different levels. Yeah, the starships in particular, that's literally for overflow purposes at the moment, because I ran out of space anywhere else to put them. So that wasn't intended to be a starship display shelf. It was needs must. But I completely agree that it needs more levels. You're absolutely right to fit in more, basically. I'll come to that in a moment. I'm going to work through this pile on my left here. In fact, I'll show you these first. I mean, these are just out of interest more than anything else. So I've got a shed load of sort of 80s era Thor comics. And the reason I went for these is because my first ever, I think, American comic that I ever picked up was a Thor. And it's actually in this collection, which is bizarre. I wasn't totally sure, but I thought I could. There was just enough visible of one of the covers that I thought I think that's the right era, and I think that could be the cover. So I only have got what I did when I first saw these was I got sort of one of each kind of character, because I'd never really read American comics when I picked these up for the first time. So I got sort of Iron Man, I got Thor, I got Captain America, I got all sorts of little sort of random, almost like samplers. And the Marvel New Universe stuff, you love to arrange the titles. I know exactly what you mean. You never finish arranging them. I completely understand. That's not a problem at all, Mark. I completely get where you're coming from. So so basically I think I got about 60 of them for not a lot, actually. So I mean, the good thing was that the auction house was actually able to just put these in a box for me and send it out. So that wasn't too bad. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. I might hang on to the one that I think is my first one, but actually the others, some of them may be worth something. I've got and the other thing I want to do actually as well is look at the adverts on the back of them, because they've all got really good sort of American style adverts, so that's quite good fun. Literally just sold the first two. You're always just selling something. So we've got Thor. I'm just trying to find the one that was actually the first one. If I see any cool ads, Star Wars ad for you there, Mark. I wish there wasn't the lag on the video. There we go. Now I'm showing it to you, even though I started showing it to you about 10 seconds ago. And that's the Star Wars, the arcade game comes home. You might have that. That might be the one that's sitting in your bedroom. I don't know. Another Thor there. Dreadstar, never heard of them. Another one with the Star Wars one on the back. Montezuma's Revenge. Anything to anyone? Have that on the indie comic. Okay. Parker Brothers, that's a game ad. Well, there's lots of game ads on the back of the comics, of course, because even then it was kind of a crossover thing. Oh, Risk. Good old Risks, the strategy game Risk. Brilliant. I used to have that. I had that in Diplomacy. Those were both ones I played at various points. The finale of the Surtur saga. Now, isn't Surtur the big beast that brought about Armageddon in the films? So that might well be the original origins of him. I think we know who she is. Let's look. Star Comics on the back there. Looks like it's got Ewoks, the Get Along Gang, possibly Peter Pan, Marmaduke, is it? Heathcliff, possibly. Oops. These were 35p back in the day, apparently. Now here it is. This is the one that I remember. I think this is when he got different armour. So this is the first Thor issue I ever picked up. And that must have been very early 80s. And it was from a little place in Rhyl. It was a newsagents in Rhyl that for some bizarre reason in North Wales, Heathcliff, had American comics. I have no idea why. Now this, I believe, is the first appearance of the Thor frog. I'm not sure what his official name is. I haven't got to that stage. Sorry, there's a lot of glare off that, isn't it? Let's me move it down a bit. I better? No, still got glare. I think I've lit not wisely, but too well. Anyway, but interesting on the back, mask. That's quite cool. This is what I like about these. I think I'm probably going to find quite a lot of this. Let me just move this. If I move that one over there a bit, maybe that'll be less direct, shiny lighting. Okay, slightly better. Oh, that's quite cool. Hi, Gap. Evening, sir. Good Lord. The Amazing Spider-Man with an advert for trying to prevent sexual abuse, apparently. That's quite deep for the back of a Marvel comic in the 80s, gosh. Wow, okay. I was not expecting to see that on the back of a comic. I'll just flick through these quickly. I don't want to go. Don't want to bore you solid. Let's leave these because they're all just more Thors basically. I don't think that's terribly thrilling, but as I say, one of those is the first. I think pretty much the first American-sized comic I ever picked up. Indeed, the first time I even knew they existed because I just been on sort of maybe Beano's, maybe Transformers at that point. That was about it. So let's get into the toys, shall we? So to give you an idea, I was purely going by the sort of the pictures of boxes that they give you on the auction site, and you can't always see everything that's in it. They have a text description as well, but they don't always go into massive detail about exactly every little bit and bat that's actually in the box. So it's always quite interesting when you go and pick them up or get them delivered to find out what's actually in them. So this one I've already been through because it was quite open and I packed this into my car myself. So we've got a remote control Dalek there, which I imagine is quite a modern one. I think these are going for about 30 quid. So it'd be quite pleasant if it did, but I feel sort of duty bound to offer this one to Gareth first because I'd feel rude if I didn't. Thor, those huge comics. So I'm just catching up on the chat there. The lag is quite weird. The image that I see is about 5 seconds, 10 seconds later than what I'm actually doing. Now this is one I was particularly after. I love these Art Asylum Star Trek ships. They are deeply, deeply cool. I have a massive bird of prey sat up on the top of one of my Eagle Moss collection units. And this is a battle damaged NX-01. So I haven't tried it out yet, haven't tested it sound-wise, but the box is in really, really good nick. I think it's been out of its box already, so I'm sure I will do a separate video on that at some point. No Gap, I haven't yet, but I will get to it. At the moment, I'm just in sort of sorting phase and having a look at what I've got. Now, this is a funny one because I got this just recently from a completely different direction. So this is a Galoob die-cast Enterprise D, very, very heavy and very, very early doors in terms of merchandising for Star Trek. So it's it describes it as the all-new Enterprise on the front, and it's got detachable saucer sections. You can probably see on the back there. So it's quite an interesting piece that. And now that I've got two, I'm half tempted to get one out of the box. Although obviously that's going to sort of radically decrease its value. And one I may well get rid of. I think as I happen to have two of them now. I've got a Marvel Legends Yellow Jacket, which I knew I was getting, but again, it's no particular feels for me from this one. So this one I'll send down the line. But it looks like quite a decent figure. And some quite nice sort of artwork. I mean, I like the way it's packaged. It's nice packaging. They haven't skimped on the packaging, so fair dues to them. And it's got a piece of the Blob in it as well. It's got the Blob's right leg. So if that's of interest to anyone, if you're missing limbs for a Blob, that is apparently how you get them. I've also got this Schnicht. Now I don't have any examples of Wolverine. So this is quite nice. So I might have a think about holding on to that one. I don't know. Does it have a lot of accessories? It's not a tiny figure Gap. It's not a tiny figure. Accessories wise, there's actually another guy in here. There's actually a background. Can you see? I don't know if you can see him in there, but there's actually sort of a background figure, and a sort of a shriney sort of thing behind him. So bonus custom mini poster and collector wall mountable display stand. So yeah. So that's Marvel Legends Wolverine Series 6, superposable, 39 points of articulation. So there you go. That seems to be slightly more impressive than the other one I just looked at, actually. Slightly different layout to the packaging. So I thought they were the same issue, but they're not. We've got some more Star Trek stuff. We've got some inner space play sets here. The Shuttlecraft Goddard. And this has got Lieutenant Commander LaForge and Commander Troy, I think it is. Now I've had these before, but not on a sort of bubble pack like this. I've had them in an actual box before now. I think I've had a Galore class Cardassian ship before now, but that's the sort of what it looks like when they're actually on a card. So apparently in the range there's a Borg ship, Klingon bird of prey, and a Romulan warbird as well. It doesn't actually mention a Cardassian one there. That's by Bandai. That's interesting because it's got a Bandai sticker on the back, but it also says Playmates, which is kind of what I'd expect for that. So yeah, that's a cool one. I mean, the actual ship itself doesn't look bad at all when it's kind of closed up, I don't think. So kind of umming and ahhing over whether or not I sort of move that on or if I actually just open the damn thing. I mean, one that I would hold on to is this one. Because this is the bird of prey in the same range, and I do have, you might see over my left shoulder there's loads of birds of prey on a shelf. So I do have a sort of sub-collection of various birds of prey of various flavours. So that might be one that I think about hanging on to, I think, in some way, shape or form. And that's got Worf and Gala on it. And that was apparently originally £5.50 from somewhere. Can't quite read the price sticker. Kaplar indeed. Is that how you spell it? I always thought it was a Q apostrophe. Well, I'll take your word for it, Mark. I got this. I didn't know this was in here. I don't think. A little Star Trek communicator. It's kind of like it's a calculator, an LCD clock, an 8-second digital recorder, and it has authentic sound effects and flashing lights. Apparently, I haven't tested it. It is open, so I could sort of have a look at that. It looks quite doody. So yeah, I might have a little look at that. Have a little look at that on a separate video. It's like Christmas. It's crazy. I mean, as soon as I saw that on the auction image, there was really no question that I was going to bid for it. I have got one of this size already, but to get it on the card, and I've got a large Batmobile on the card already, so those two will sit really nicely together. And this is the 89 film Batwing by Ertl. And the one I've got has a sort of a random extra sticker that somebody slapped on its wings. And to have one like this, that's really nice. I like that. I always remember in the film when he went up and sort of just hung in front of the moon and then came down again. That's nice. That's nice. So I quite enjoy that as a concept. Now I was going to sort of go. I was initially a bit sort of meh about this, but then I realised that this is actually slightly different to the one I've already got, because this is the NCC 1701A Ertl Enterprise, which is exactly the same as the previous one they did, but it's got an extra A on it. So again, these are quite cool. You want me to open the communicator? Well, it's already opened. I don't have to open it. I've already opened it. So it's already open, rather. So you want me to get it out? You're very demanding, we mentioned. Are you hoping it's going to be working? Because I can't guarantee that at all. I've got no idea. I've got instructions, which is always nice. Oh. Nice. Hidden frequency is open indeed. I have no sound effects, I'm afraid. That's quite cool. Look, it's got a little calculator. So you lift that up, and it's got a little calculator underneath the lid. That's funny. It's nice size. I mean, it's good. It's a good little thing to fit in your hand. That wasn't doing anything, was it? No. I'll investigate that, and I'll obviously if it's working, I'll get it up and running on another video. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, as I say, that was one of the things where I don't think I'd particularly registered that it was in there. I did bid for some other stuff that was Star Trek flavoured, but I didn't get any of it, unfortunately. In fact, I thought of you. I bid for some plastic kits. One of them was an ambassador class that I'd never seen before. But that went for more than I put on. I mean, I put some daft bids in. I mean, I was sat there like this, going, "Please God, don't let me win this one," because I put way too much on it. But you know, I got a lot of volume for what I wasn't paying for these. This is only a couple of lots worth. I've no idea. Answers on a postcard. Who's this? What is it? I really don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be from Harry Potter or something. I can't quite see the small print well enough to know what that is. If I had that, I'd buy a shirt. What do you mean? Oh, you mean as in a command shirt for Star Trek, you mean? I understand where you're coming from. If Ed's still in the Jesus, we've got some Transformers Prime figures, which I will probably just shift on because they're only sort of ickle ones. But they are on the card, so you know I've no idea if they're actually particularly worth anything because they're not huge ones. But I've got Bulkhead, I've got RC, who kicked far more bottom in that series than she does on average, I think. I've got a generic Viacom, which are the sort of the Transformers Stormtroopers in that particular series for Decepticons. Who else have I got? I have got more than that. I have. Can't find them now. Oh, yeah, there we go. I've got a Commander Class Einhide. I don't actually remember him being in the series overly much, if at all, actually. So I'm not quite sure if they brought him in later or what, but I'm sure I had a other Transformer in there, but perhaps not. It's there, I can't see it at the moment. So this is where we get into sort of the sheer randomness factor. We've got Batman Brave and Bold sort of stickers and stuff. We've got dog tags. It's all very deeply random bits of bats now. I've got this is a official Star Wars fact file Darth Vader, apparently. So if you've got any knowledge on that one, Mark, at all? He's a bit dusty, so you can't really see that very well, can you? It's like a sort of plinth figure kind of guy, I think. All of this needs a good wipe down. It is pretty dusty, a lot of it. But they did say that. Got quite a nice shiny 007 kind of card containing box. So if you're into your 007s, that's quite a nice thing to have, I suppose. To keep things tidy. And a smaller one as well for no apparent reason. What else we got? I have trading cards. Well, to say trading cards, I assume there might be stickers. I'm not sure. But it's got 007, 007 Allies, Guinness World Records, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, more Scooby-Doo, more 007, keychain, and Harry Potter some things. So I don't know whether they'd be worth anything to anyone, but the gaps after the James Bond stuff. Pop those down there. What else have we got? Green Lantern handcuffs, because obviously that's the well-known part of what Green Lantern does. He puts handcuffs on people, apparently. Okay. So it's literally dredging the bottom of the box, this stuff now. But there was some other stuff I saw, which was a bit of a punt because I didn't know exactly what I was going to get. But these little Batman the Animated Series figures from Ertl, not ones I was particularly looking to collect as such. So to be honest, I'm not even sure if I really knew they existed before I ended up with them here. But I've got a fair few of them here. So we've got sort of Batman in various different poses there. Hello, Philip. Yes, we've got yes, that was Green Lantern. These are Batman and the Penguin various. I've got a Harry Potter Rook or Castle, depending on how you want to call it, which I assume is actually for proper Harry Potter chess, because it's quite big and it doesn't look completely sort of tact worthy, if you see what I mean. So I don't know if that might be a thing to put on the eBay possibly. I've got also from Ertl the Batman's Penguin's Duck vehicle. That's from the second film. Hello, Gareth. I'm going to have to box a load of stuff I've stashed away and send it to you. Are you indeed? So I've got a 3-player chessboard, which appears to be a DC art item of some description. Not quite sure, but if you can see that, I can just about make out DC figures on that. Don't know if you can see them. Kind of hard to make out, isn't it? But yeah, there's definitely Superman in there. What else have we got? I've got a Marvel. I think this is a Marvel chessboard. Ooh, yeah, Marvel chessboard. So it's got quite a nice sort of image on the back of it as well. That's quite cool. I had no idea half this stuff was in there. It's all quite sort of random stuff. Is that box all from an auction? Yeah, this is about 2 boxes worth from an auction. It's about 2 lots worth that I'm working through here. The Thor box was another lot from a completely different auction. I've got an Iron Man battle charger. I mean, Gareth, if you watch this back, if you didn't join at the start, just let me know if you're interested in any of this stuff, and we can have a chat, or you can make a shopping list or whatever. But so, I mean, things like the Enterprise and the Bird of Prey, those sort of bits, I'm definitely going to hang on to. But other things I may well try and shift just to offset some of my costs. But the thing is, the Enterprise I've seen going for over 100. Those are Art Asylum / Diamond Select ships are not cheap in the boxes. So yeah, that's one edition of the chess set, or possibly actually it might be the board again. It might be a board again. So somebody somewhere, yeah. Start collecting your new Justice League set with this free chessboard. There you go. It's a free chessboard. So I now have about 3 chessboards of various superhero-ness. And this is an Eagle Moss Masterpiece collection of Batman Femme Fatales. So I've got Batgirl, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I thought they'd probably sell well for you, actually, those when I saw it. So yeah, I don't know if that Eagle Moss one is particularly collectible. The artwork's quite nice. They're just sort of figuring that standard Eagle Moss statuettes. Quite cool, but not something I'd be particularly fussed with displaying. Hello, Joshua boy. I wasn't sure I'd get this many on a Friday, chat. I'm gobsmacked. I'm also gobsmacked that my setup is actually working, so that's all good. I've had this really sort of ancient laptop from work sat in this room for months. And I've been meaning to try this for ages, and I've only now got round to it. Look at that box there. Shall I bore you with some Eagle Moss? Because I can bore you with some Eagle Moss. Because there are 2 Eagle Moss lots, neither of which were heavily competed for. Because I know I can at least shift them for a moderate amount of money, typically. I decided I'd go for it. Didn't know exactly which ones were in there. And I'm laughing to myself because most of them are ones I don't have. Which means I want to keep them. Which means I can't make as much money back as I was hoping to offset the cost of getting them. But that one I think is a duplicate. Some of them I can't even identify, in fairness. And some of them are deeply dusty. I can't remember what ship that is. I have some Eagle transporters, Philip. I don't have any of them in this particular collection, but you're right, Eagle Moss did do them. You're absolutely right. Got a nice Nebula class Phoenix there, which I don't have. I have a other Nebula, but I don't have the one that has that sort of surveillance dish type effect on the top of it. So annoyingly, that'll have to stay because it's what I don't do. You see, I don't get Kelvin Universe ships. But anything that's, within what I consider to be my Trek timeline, I do get. This one, full disclosure, I've dropped on the floor and had to fix, which was stupid of me. Fortunately, it's not a terribly impressive ship. It's a USS Curry, which is like an Excelsior kit bash. It's like an Excelsior that's had its neck chopped off, basically. And then we've got these. This is the Chekhov, the USS Chekhov. I think some of these were sort of Wolf 359 kit bashes, that sort of thing. Well, Philip, you would like Stingray, given your name. I mean, I understand that. We've got the Janolan from Relics, which happily I do already have, so I can get rid of. I quite liked it as a ship, actually. I thought as a sort of Scotty era ship. It was rather cleverly done. I've got an Enterprise J, which is not one I would have aimed to get, but I saw it in the box and I thought I would hold on to that one because I do have pretty much every other Enterprise going. Well, yes, I know, Mark. All the ships were kit bashed all 359. Yes, barring virtually none. They were kit bashed and then bashed some more because the Borg covered them. This, I think, was in the episode with Spock in it, Reunification. It was a smuggler's ship, and that's pretty cool. So I'll be obliged to hang on to that one, which didn't fit the plan at all. That's an assimilated Arctic 1 from Enterprise, which I don't have, so I'm going to have to keep it. I don't have enough space for any of these, but yeah. As Mark was saying earlier, I need more shells in my Detolf, and he's not wrong. That's a very, very dirty aquatic. Actually, is that the Voth or the Aquatic Cruiser? Aquatic Cruiser, I think. You probably can't even see that through the grime. The auction did say that some of them were deeply dusty, and they weren't wrong, but actually not many of them were. And the thing with these boxes is they're good like that because they're completely encased, so the ships themselves will be fine. It's only the boxes that are dirty, so it really doesn't matter much. That's the Borg Queen's Diamond. Got that already, so again, that can go. That apparently is a Radian ship, the ones that used to pinch people's organs in Voyager. This was challenging even my ship recognition from Star Trek, it has to be said, because some of these are pretty obscure. I think that might be Hirogen. I'm not sure. Might be Hirogen. Do you want me to keep going with these? I mean, there's still quite a few to go. I got that's the Awane, which I thought it was a Chain class. It's like a sort of Stargazer kind of approach with 4 nacelles, but that again, I think is a kit bash for Wolf. I could be wrong, but now I can't remember if I've got this one or not. I think this is a Romulan scientist. I've always really liked them. There's this and there's a Scout, and they look quite similar. But I do like the Romulan ships, if only because they're not grey. So they brighten up the shells a little bit. So it was quite nice to grab that. If I don't have it already, that is like a Vulcan, smaller Vulcan ship probably from Enterprise, I think. So again, not one I have. So that's irritating because I need more shelf space again. That, I think, is Tellarite from Enterprise. I think I've got one of these already, so I can get rid of that one. That's okay. Let's have a look. Now, this made me chuckle when I realised I'd got this. I might even have forgotten it was in the mix, but you might be forgiven for thinking that this is a Flash Gordon model, but it isn't. Tom Paris did a holodeck program in Voyager where they basically did like a Flash Gordon knockoff basically, and that was the ship that he flew around in. But I like that because Flash Gordon is one of my very, very, very early science fiction memories of the black and white serialized series. At least I think they probably repeated on BBC Two. So I like that. It's Captain Proton. That's his character name. Is Captain Proton, I believe. This I think is a generic Bajoran freighter ship. Of some description, so that was fairly sort of standard. That's a Kazon ship. I've got that, so that can go. I'm not organising this at all. This is a nice one to get. And remarkably, its disruptors are in one piece. So that is a bird of prey in attack formation with its wings down. Now, I think those are relatively unusual loose. I'm not sure. I guess there must have been a magazine that had one. Philip the Fish, did you miss Jerry Anderson stuff? Were you expecting Jerry Anderson stuff? Did I mislead you in some way? There are lots of videos on this channel that do feature Jerry Anderson stuff extremely heavily. This isn't going to be one of them, I'm afraid, because there aren't any Jerry Anderson bits and bats in here. So if you were waiting for that, I do apologise. I didn't realise you were. But do go and have a look on the channel. There are lots of pre-recorded videos where I've looked at Jerry Anderson, Tracy Ireland, and various generations of Jerry Anderson toys. So do go and have a look. Got an Earth freighter, also from Enterprise. It's quite surprising when I stop and look at it how much stuff I've got from Enterprise, because of course Enterprise brought in a lot of new CGI models, so therefore a lot of new CGI ships. And just loads and loads of stuff, basically. I need to be wearing a hazmat suit for this one. It actually looks cleaner on the screen than it does in real life. Trust me. But that's actually got a Norway class ship in it, which is nice. It'll be the Budapest, and that will sell because I've already sold one of those, if not two, before now. So I know I can shift that, which is nice. It's an Orion ship from the original series, which I've already got. So again, that one will go, but not one I immediately recognised when I first ever got one, because I'm not that familiar with the original series. But of course, the original series doesn't have that many ship types. That's Suliban Cell ship, which randomly I've got one of, probably because it was dirt cheap when I got it on the Eagle Moss website back when they were still alive. That's also filthy. I think that's a Federation trainer ship that Wesley Crusher messed around in and got his squad clobbered in. Not entirely his fault, but he was a bad lad. I've got a Voth shuttle, quite cool, very, very advanced ship for its size. What else we got? Antares class. Got one of those already, so again I can get rid of that one, so I've cleaned it up a bit. Can't remember what that one is. Just let me know if you can recall what that is. Some sort of shuttle type ship, I think, but I'm not sure who it belongs to. Original series, but I have a feeling it popped up in Strange New Worlds again, did it? Am I thinking of Lower Decks? Anyway, can't remember who they were called now, but something along those lines. But all these Eagle Moss ones came from two separate lots in the auction, but again, it wasn't. They didn't go for ridiculous amounts. So I was quite happy with that I managed to get hold of those. This is the Kyushu. I want to say that's a New Orleans class. Mark, do you recall that one at all? I don't know if you can see that one well enough. It's got quite a sort of full saucer, but it's not quite as rounded out as Galaxy class. Funny nacelles on it as well. Very squared off nacelles, but as you say, probably a kit bash from Wolf, I think. As many of them were. Oh, I do have some more cyber, but I thought I had some more. Hang on, let's do this last one. This is the that's the Phoenix from First Contact, and I've already got one of those, and I've already sold one of those, so I know that'll go once I cleaned up the box, so that's cool. So there's definitely some I know that I can shift there, but I think that the majority of them are actually ones I want to keep. So that didn't quite work as intended, but anyway, yeah, so I've got a Legion class Ratchet and a Legion class Bumblebee there as well. So those are parts. Oh, that's got a bit of a. Oh no, that's just a sticker. That's okay. I can get rid of that. So yeah, so there's a couple more transformers there for the pot. This is what I chuckled at. It looks like it's going to be Captain America, but it's actually Captain Britain. And I'm not quite sure what series these fall into, but ironically, I was trying to get some Captain Britain comics in a lot, which I didn't. That's all right, Philip. The Klingon hybrid. Which Klingon hybrid are you thinking of, Mark? So there's... Oh, what, the Klingon hybrid bird of prey you're thinking of? It's not though. What else have I got? I've got this little got a little Superman, which again is Nurtle one. But not a series that I'm familiar with Ertl doing, so I've no idea if that's worth anything. But as you know, I am a fan of Ertl, so Captain America movie toy line, Marvel Universe scale. Okay, interesting. I'm running out of space to put stuff now. I've got so many of these. I keep picking these up completely randomly. I'm really not trying to. Little Captain Scarlet cars. They're everywhere. There was a Klingon Federation hybrid experiment ship. You might be thinking of the Vorcha class attack cruiser. That was a Klingon ship that did have slightly Federation-esque nacelles. I believe that was the crossover. None of those was that though. And I also got a Joker in that series. So actually, I've got 4 out of 6 of that figures series. If somebody were, oh yeah, technically that is Jerry Anderson. Yes, yes, indeed, that is probably the single example of Jerry Anderson in that entire box. But that was complete inadvertent. So I've got the least exciting car ever, which is no, it's not even Bruce Wayne's car, is it? It's that Gordon's car. Is that supposed to be Bruce Wayne's? Oh, it's Bruce Wayne's car actually. There you go. So I'm probably not doing badly for carded examples of these. I think the Batwing I've already got, so that could go. Yeah, I like these because these are Ertl. These are really sort of solid Ertl ones. They're quite nice to have. And I think I've already got this one as well, although I could be wrong. I don't know if it's the Bat boat, but I might just have it loose. I'm not sure. But I still wanted a Batmobile. I was hoping there was going to be a Batmobile in the box. I couldn't see what was actually in the box. So again, that is literally the random element of this. So until you actually get it, you don't know exactly what you've ended up with. But that was fun. And I've got a good selection there, and hopefully I can, either Gareth would like some of them or whatever really. So now I'm now going to open more boxes, which I'm going to have to sort of haul over here. And the reason I'm doing this here when I normally do it up in my study is because one of these boxes is so incredibly large I cannot pull it upstairs without unpacking it in the first place. So I just thought I'm going to go through it with you guys if you've got time, and you can literally see it as I open them. Now, I don't normally go for this, but it was one of those weird things where I saw what was in the lots, and I thought, this guy is me. It's really weird. It's like all the DVDs and the videos I was seeing were literally stuff that I watched growing up, which I don't necessarily have examples of. So I just thought, for the amount they weren't asking for it, I thought it would be rude not to. It cost quite a lot to get to me because it's bulky as all hell. Well, it's not really more toys gap. That's the only downside. I can show you some of the cabinets and stuff if I hook this tripod around in a minute, but just bear with me a second. I'm going to do this. Actually, I can do this. saved everything. That was nearly a very expensive, or at least a very annoying crash, but I avoided it. So yeah, this is the smaller box. This is the small box. So I have no idea what exactly I'm going to find in here. I may be some time. I'm sure I brought myself some scissors through. Did I bring myself some scissors through? I meant to bring myself some scissors through. I've lost my scissors. Good. I laughed in the face of needing scissors. There we go. Right. So, as I say, no idea at all exactly what I've got in here. I'm hoping there's nothing untoward. I already know you're going to like some of this, Mark. Are you still with us? Right. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, the tape looks really good next to video cassettes, guys. Look. It's only blinking Buck Rogers on a video cassette. Ah. Look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome. So this is probably the oh, it's actually Sci-Fi Channel, is it? That's interesting. So I wonder if it's I was going, I know, VHS, yes. I don't know why. My mum has got a VHS video recorder. So there's every chance I might be able to watch them on something. And I actually thought this was the DVD box. God knows what's... There is a box that, I'm not kidding you, it's about 3 times the size of this box. So I'm probably doomed. Now, I don't know whether or not any of these... I have a feeling some of these might be quite collectible. I don't know. Invasion UFO? Yeah, well, that's the thing, Gap. It's the covers as well, I think, are going to be really, really nice. Oh my god, there could be all sorts, but this is all... Oh, yeah, do you remember this? One of Mark Hamill's least known films. Look at that. I remember going to the cinema to see that. I'm pretty sure I went to the cinema to see that. Slipstream, wow. From the producer of Star Wars and the director of Tron. I'll buy a VHS, says Mark. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, videos. You gotta love a bit of video, haven't you? Wow. Dragonheart. CIC. Dennis Quaid. Dragonheart there. It was a good dragon as well. It was a really, really well done dragon. Fair dues. Yes, she will be in the UFO tape, Mark. You're right. I don't know this one. Los Angeles, 1999. Condor. Anyone? I got nothing. Special agent, special android, special mission. Okay. This guy is definitely me had I been that little bit older at that time and had lots of money. Sean, yeah. Yes, yeah. Sean Connery voiced the dragon. You're absolutely right. Okay. Oh, good lord, what have I got? Hitchhikers, old school Hitchhikers. So this is a mix of VHS and DVD in this box. There you are, Mark. That's the inspiration for your recently purchased patrol car there. Space Precinct. You've not seen Hitchhikers? Buck Rogers Watch Party, yeah. I've got it on DVD. Although Mark confused me in his video earlier when he said he wasn't sure which series it was. Oh, wow. Look at the lead. That's such a waste of a videotape, isn't it? Lord of the Rings on VHS. I mean, that might have been one of the last VHSs to come. I wonder when they stopped doing VHSs because, you know, how do they even fit Lord of the Rings film onto a VHS. That must be a 4-hour VHS or something. God. Space is so cool. Turn in your nerd card. What else? What else we got in here? I love this spot. Oh my god. Oh, it's in my house. It's in my house. I don't want it in my house. Wild, wild, bloody west. Good lord. Now then, some of these are going to be duplicates of stuff I've already got, but we've got an Alien Legacy 20th Anniversary Edition DVD box set. I mean, they've always got nice, shiny, foily artwork on them, but yeah. There you go, Alien Legacy. This isn't coming out in any sort of order. 2001, which is always a nice classic one to have. I think I've got it on Blu-ray, possibly somewhere. But yeah, 2001. Douglas Adams is an absolute must. Yes, I do not disagree. Oh, oops, that was... Oh, okay, is that Alien on... Oh, wow. Okay. That's all the Alien films on VHS. Which I've just inadvertently knocked out of the rather nice white cardboard. Don't think I've ever seen a white case for Alien. They are almost uniformly black. I'm really starting to run out of space. And I'm going to disappear in a pile of videos soon. What else we got? Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, The Invasion. Anyone? No, don't know that one. Don't think. Ooh, that's a good mix. That's a rather nice mix. I like that as a mix. Alien versus Predator, Aliens, and Predator. That's quite cool. What else have we got here? 2001, A Space Odyssey. 2001, A Space Odyssey. 2001, An Odyssey in Space. 2001, more Space Odyssey. 2001, still Odyssey. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. 2-disc extreme edition of Alien vs Predator. I need to go to CEX with some of this stuff, don't I? Although I suspect they won't take VHSs off me. Now, see, this is a film that I kind of like it. Lost in Space, the modern remake. I kind of like it because I like the little homages it does to the original series. I quite like that it didn't just ignore the original series. And it has some quite good, visual effects and stuff in it. But yeah, that's okay. Oh, cool. Well, I've got it on Blu-ray, but I think that must have been quite hard to find at one point, I think. But yeah, The Black Hole. Yeah, well, it is a disposable popcorn flick, and I'm not sort of singing its praises or anything, but it is what it is, isn't it? I think I think I've got it on Blu-ray, but in fact that is a Blu-ray actually. Oh, fair dues. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But this is so me. I mean, this collection generally is so me. It's quite scary, and I felt it would be rude not to save it from getting binned or something. I've got a book. Okay. Oh, I've got a Star Wars book, which I've never ever seen before. Anyone? Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I was not anticipating that being a Star Wars book until I saw Darth there. That's interesting, isn't it? Anyone know anything? Yes, a bookie book. Yes, it doesn't have moving pictures. You have to make the words move by turning the page. But I've no idea. Never seen what? Splinter first spin-off. Keep that book, says Gap. Yeah, I will, Gap. I wasn't going to use it to light a fire or anything. Don't worry. What, the book? Well, I haven't seen everything, you know. Good grief. I've got Han Solo at Star's End on my bookshelf and stuff like that, but, don't shoot me. Grief. Battlestar Galactica! The original one. Hey, look at that artwork. You gotta love it, haven't you? That's beautiful. I'm loving that. Cool. Splinter is legendary. Okay, all right. I'm considering myself schooled. Another. That's another Close Encounters. That's sealed. That's sealed. That's not been taken out of its wrap. I thought only I did stuff like that. Oh, and then he liked his duplicates, whoever this individual was or she. I don't know. But yeah, I seem to have lots and lots of Close Encounters going on. Gareth's getting arsey with me, folks. Ooh, that's a nice cover for that. June, very topical, of course, because Zendaya's doing her Daft Punk thing all over the place at the moment. But yeah, very cool. I mean, I've got that already, of course, inevitably. But Cap's telling Gareth off. Now this. I think this is the one I ended up getting in the end. This is 2010. This was a so-and-so to track down. I ended up getting it from HMV. But this, I'm not convinced that's the HMV version of it, so God knows where that's come from. I'll have to compare and contrast, but it might be HMV's. But that was really hard to find. It took me ages to get it. I like 2010. Call me controversial, but I do like it. Oh, that I've already got, but that's Trisha Helfer. Never say no to a little bit of Trisha Helfer. That's all good. Oh, hello, Lobot. I've got more than one big package as well. That's the scary thing. This is only the small big package. I've no idea what I'm going to find in the other one. There didn't seem to be this much stuff in the pictures they showed on the auction. I paid literally tuppence for this. It's crazy. More Alien stuff. Alien Resurrection, Alien 3 Special Edition, 2, Alien 3. I don't know. What is it about? There's a lot of duplicates. Let's just put it that way. But that's okay, because I can get rid of the duplicates. No worries. I'll take one of the Close Encounters off your hands. Matron, okay. Yeah, I would keep all those variant covers on these VHS DVDs. Oh, so you think they might have been doing it for the different covers gap, but some of them are just the same covers though, so I really don't know what the crack is. Oh, good lord. Yes, take my Close Encounters. It's like... Tron, the original classic, two disc collector's edition. I'm not entirely sure I've got that, but that's cool. I'm going to disappear behind these in a minute, aren't I? Prometheus. Okay, I don't have Prometheus actually on a disc at the moment, so that's okay. That's cool. I think it actually freaked me out the first time I watched it, but that might just be my other issues. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. I have no idea how much battery is left on my poor phone. By the way, it's probably melting. Alien vs Predator again. So many duplicates. More Alien vs Predator. Starship Troopers. He's not going to say he hasn't seen Tron, surely. Troopers. That's the Aliens. Those are the sort of Aliens covers I remember. Those are sort of classic Aliens covers, aren't they? With the sort of drippy chin alien. Oh my god, so many of them. It's crazy. Aliens 2-disc special edition. There's definitely quite a few variants. That's the same one. That's an Alien the Director's Cut 2-disc special edition. I haven't watched the original Alien film for quite a while actually. Maybe I should watch that. And another Alien standard. I mean, it's just I'm disappearing. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I quite like the packaging on that as well. Widescreen June. Not seen that before. Various special features on it as well. That looks rather interesting. I've seen Tron twice. Thought it was dire both times. Tron Legacy, on the other hand, brilliant. I saw Tron Legacy in an IMAX. That was an experience. Saw it in Bradford actually. Look, if Philip's still here, Jerry Anderson, Ray! So what have I actually got there? Thunderbirds, Trapped in the Sky, Pit of Peril, Perils of Penelope, and Terror in New York City. So quite an early. Yeah, that's number one actually. I think that's in my box set. Good lord. Remastered and restored The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This guy is so me, it's freaky. And that's sealed. Includes over 5.5 hours of extras. Good lord. And that's the original Hitchhiker's series. Wow. That's cool. With a Babel fish on the front. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Nice. And Aliens vs Predator. Oh, so he wasn't averse to the remake then. Yes, Philip the Fish. Thunderbirds are go finally. Yes, as I say, it's the wrong night for me to be doing Thunderbirds things, I'm afraid. But most other times I could oblige you, but this is a sort of a special edition, so to speak. And some little cover discs of Superman-y flavoured stuff. Now I'm going to have a serious problem because, yeah, okay, bear with me. I mean, I can't even. Okay, let me go over there. I can't actually lift this box up. God. They seriously undersold how big this collection was. And they said it was a large collection, but I just thought that I had seen all the pictures of it. Like, clearly I have not. Okay. It's no wonder it cost an arm and a leg to get here. And maybe a moment. God. This has got to be the videos portion of it. You want to rearrange the Klingon ships, Mark? I do apologise for any builder's bum that may have occurred. I did have to do a little bit of dragging there. So, Buck Rogers, again, Volume 2, apparently. So that's obviously a VHS serialisation of Buck Rogers. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That's cool. Do you remember this? Who remembers that? Can you read that? The Philadelphia Experiment is what it should say. There you go. I loved that film. It's not like a well-known film, but it's a good science fiction tale if you know it. Yeah, absolutely. One for Mark. More UFO. Oh, now this one. Yeah, now this one. Now who knows this one? Remember this one? And do you know who's in it? Moontrap. Remember that one? Pretty obscure. But Walter Koenig is in that. And it has nothing to do with Star Trek apart from the fact that it is set in space. Ish. But yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that donkeys years ago. It's such a great collection. It's a shame that more of it isn't on DVD. But I mean, it's also great that more of it isn't on DVD, if that makes sense. It got Contact there. Yeah, don't blame me for the vaguely, Mark. It's deeply obscure. Oh, Buck Rogers in a cardboard slipcase. That's awesome. So many different variants of very, very sort of similar stuff. Blake Seven. Blake Seven in a VHS tape, as it should be. The sequel to The Beginning. No, that Buck Rogers is PAL, but it was a good shout. I've had US tapes that come like that as well, Gareth, so I know exactly what you mean. We've got Alien versus Predator on a VHS tape. Of course. Why would you not have it on a VHS tape? I'm sensing a pattern here. Oh, wow. Widescreen Abyss on a VHS tape. Brilliant. I am seriously going to disappear behind a pile of videos and DVDs here, aren't I? Ooh! Actually, I've got this already. I know someone who might like that. Complete series of UFO on DVD. I'm going to have such a sort out after I've done this, aren't I? What time is it now? 9:30. There's no way my camera keeps this going. I did charge it, but Galaxy Quest in a delightfully purple VHS box. Gareth, what are you saying, please, to? I've got a Matrix in a rather nice VHS kind of. That's one of those sort of soft cardboardy sort of. Do you know one of the ones I mean, like clamshelly sort of? But it's like a soft cardboard sort of thing. Ah, wow! He's so me. It's whoever this was. It's quite freaky. I think it's me from an alternate dimension. Clearly, Earth Final Conflict. I seriously. Oh, okay. I can start on the floor actually. Lord of the Rings, The Beginning. I'm going to start doubling up here because otherwise I'm going to be here forever. Oh, first release of The Matrix, you think? Yeah, could well be. Could well be. I know someone who's about to start doing reactions to this. I don't know if I remember Moonbase 3. I think I kind of do. Do you know Moonbase 3, anyone? Deeply obscure series, but it's done by Terrence Dix, Barry Letts, and John Brayson, who I suspect were better known for other things. No, Lobo, I haven't, but that's the spooky thing about this, is that a lot of this is stuff that I haven't got on any hard medium, but would watch if it came on the TV, you know? So it's like someone was me when I was little, but they actually had cash to go out and buy stuff, whereas I would have been too young to. Now, I know everyone hates this film. I know it's a bit rubbish, but I quite like it, and it's got Poirot in it. Wing Commander. The movie. Might be interested in Moonbase 3, says Gareth. I'll watch it with you then at some point. Oh, cheeky. Matrix Revolutions rental copy. Funny. Movie only has 6 episodes. Does it, Gap? Wow. Okay. That was a short video release then. Ah, good lord. I probably had some of these originally. Iraq. There's probably an entire run of Blake 7 in here. Oh, hello. Moonbase 3, Volume 2. Which this isn't, but Earth Final Conflict. Moonbase 3. Oh my god. Matrix Reloaded, DVD copy. I'm literally gonna disappear, aren't I? It's just as well got a wide viewing angle. Oh, silent running look. That's cool. Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Have you got the... Ha ha, Mark. I see what you did there. I know of the tripods. I can show you the soundtrack to the tripods. I've got it about 5 feet away, strangely. I am the law! But I take my helmet off all the time. So I'm not the law. No. Sorry, you can't take your helmet off if you dread. I draw the line there. Oh. Bit of Ralph McQuarrie. Daredevil. I'm pretty sure I've got this on DVD somewhere. That was quite good. I didn't dislike that film. Love that artwork. I think it appears in the middle of the book. Volume 4, that is, apparently. Bit of Ralph. It's Ralph McQuarrie art, that, isn't it? I think. I'm only about a third of the way through the box. Oh wow! Well, kind of wow. I'm wowing that. If these actually play, then that would be pretty cool. The series, bloody marvelous. The Core. I'm pretty sure I saw the series when I was far too young to see it, really. But then I figured out very young how to operate the VHS video recorder to time mode. More Battlestar Galactica, more 2001. Can you see that? Yeah, probably. Also in video, except damn it. What Lobot? Why? You don't have to watch it, you know. Oh, that's actually the bottom of the box. Brilliant. Space 19. That was more Jerry Anderson. Fish is still here, so yes, he's had more Jerry Anderson. There you go. If the live action stuff is more your cup of tea. Good lord. Right. Oh lord. Jesus. Okay. More 2001. So I really like 2001. Listen those to me. You're on NTSC, aren't you, Gap? So more Galactica. More Galactica. The least science fiction-y thing we found so far. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That is literally the least sci-fi thing I think we've had in this collection thus far. I'm going to have to go behind me now. Oh, my son will hate that. Well, I don't know, he might quite like it actually. But he'll have nothing to play it on, so he's kind of stuffed. The dreaded Thunderbirds film from 2004. Was this Stanley Kubrick? More Space 1999. You have a PAL player. I used to have an NTSC player, so that doesn't actually surprise me in the slightest. Harry Potter. Right, now what are we into? Oh, wow. Good lord. On VHS. So, Harry Potter. A little bit kid stuff in here. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Yes, Space 99 is indeed. Oh, wow. On VHS. Okay, well, yeah, I suppose it would have been that old, actually. Farscape on VHS. Wow. Got all of it on DVD, and that took a bit of doing, but yeah, that's VHS. Let's look at the cover. I sense some more up close, in person sort of video is going to be required for a lot of this stuff. More Jerry Anderson. Well, they are sort of. So unknowingly, unwittingly, in a sealed box, I did in fact have more Jerry Anderson for you. So there you go. I'm not even vaguely finished. I'm kidding you not. But my phone must be. Independence Days ×2 special features included apparently. Oh my god. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century Volume 1 Awakening feature length. Ta-da! I think that's the one, and there's also the one that features the original Buck Rogers as well, which is Buster Crabbe, as I recall. Is that his name? Oh, I'm pulling it out of thin air. This stuff, I tell you. Did anyone pick that up from the sound effects? Mars Attacks. Two Towers. Oh my god. This is taking up more space than it did when it was in the box somehow. I'm not quite sure how that works. Ooh, that's an interesting cover. So I was just admiring the cover art, wondering what on earth that was. Battlestar Galactica. Does what have the T-shirt? Well, the Mars Attacks one. I've no idea, Gareth. I have not looked at this box before. I opened it live on air, if not actually on the camera. That's another VHS PAL in just a cardboard slipcase. That one's Battlestar Galactica. So that looks like they're both Universal videotapes, those two. Harry Potter. Another foot pile here. This is ridiculous. Oh, good lord. So you've got a Series 1 special features DVD Space 1999 set, which I know of, I think, but mine's different. This is from Network. Okay. Interesting. Another Battlestar Galactica like the other one. Includes special collector's card, does it? Does it? No, it doesn't. You lie. But anyway, more Battlestar Galactica tape, different variant cover thing going on there. Look, I do like a bit of a lenticular mouse mat. Look, that's quite shiny. You probably can't really see that very well, but Star Wars mouse mat. Wow, 1997 apparently. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Again, had no idea there was anything like that in it. This is the joy of random auction lottage. You just don't know what you're going to end up with. Oh, that's... I swear to God, separated at birth. I swear to God. I mean, look at that. Those are mouse mats as well. That's cool. Hi, Pete. That's very, very cool. This is why I really wanted to wait and do this on camera, because I knew that you guys would appreciate this sort of stuff. So I'm quite glad I waited. Right, let's have a look. I'm getting there now. I'm getting there. What the heck is that? Okay. Space 1999, yes, we know that. That's DVD again. Actually, is that Series 2? Yeah, the complete second series. Okay, I've got Series 1 and Series 2 of Space 1999. Again. Okay. Now, what on earth is this? Answers on a postcard? Space Chase? Space Chase? Anyone? No? Never heard of this one. It looks to me like a Japanese one that they've pinched the special effects from. Were I to guess. Interesting. Okay. Alien Resurrection and the making of Alien Resurrection there, which I didn't actually mind as a film. Of the sequels, it's one of the less objectionable ones, I feel. I quite like the Betty as well. It's not Star Crash. No, it's not Star Crash. Gareth wants it. Oh, do you want it, sir? Oh, right. Moving on. Before we send into silliness. I should have had some wine before I started doing this. A really, really old-looking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy video. Wow. Or is it? Or is it just I don't know. I can't decide if that's faux old or actually old. No, hang on. I said it's a Blu-ray disc. You cheeky so-and-sos. They've disguised the Blu-ray disc as a VHS box, or indeed as the guide, perhaps. That's probably what they've done. So they've made it look like the guide. Right, got you. I'm on the same page now, possibly. Alien 3. I think we've had enough aliens now. Of course. Well, of course they'd have that. I mean, you know, you're kind of obliged to have that. And there we go. Forbidden Planet, of course. And 2010 on video. Finally watched it. I think I have it on a more modern format for you, Gareth. Don't worry. What on earth is this? Wow. Gosh. Close Encounters of the Third Kind 30th Anniversary Ultimate Edition. Wow. I think they might have got their estimate a bit wrong for this box. I mean, come on. That's got to be expensive, surely. Oh, wow. God, this guy was thorough. Blade Runner, the director's cut. Now then, Saturn 3. Who remembers Saturn 3? This will age you. Saturn 3. 2001: A Space Odyssey in a sort of cardboardy, clamshelly thing. I must have about 24 copies of Space Odyssey now. possibly more of Aliens in various descriptions. I'm disappearing behind my own pile here. I got Aliens. Oh, I'm gonna have to sort this out. Something chronic. Close Encounters. Buck Rogers again in another cardboard. Who'd you flip? I'll show you that for completeness. There you go. The shelf behind me. Well, of course, it would have been rude for Logan's Run not to get in there, I suppose. There we go. Got Alien. VHS again. Well, how I first got it actually was on VHS. That could be the version I had originally. Oh, cool. It's like literally a widescreen Dune VHS. Because they put it horizontally, which is quite a clever idea actually for Dune. Nice cover actually. That Logan's cover. No, that's an interesting choice. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines is the first Terminator film to show up. That's kind of curious. Ooh, that's going to cause havoc. Hang on. And a more standard edition of Blade Runner, if you want to compare and contrast between the two versions. Oh yes, I saw that one in the picture. Now this is interesting. So we've got Alien Attack, which is a sort of hacked together sort of TV movie version of Space 1999. And we've also got Destination Moonbase Alpha of 1999. Gareth, I'm old, mate. I can't keep up with you young people, Volume 6, Space 1999. It's all good. Oh, let's do this pile if I can Sweet shit. And of course, it would be rude. Now, this actually, do you know what? This might be the only copy of The Last Starfighter I have in the house, because I've yet to find it on Blu-ray. I don't know why it's not available. Someone explain to me why that's not available. That is clearly the Channel 5 VHS release of The Last Starfighter. Blade Runner's multiple versions. Isn't no, quite. The spirit of monkey is irrepressible. Ba, 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 ba. Who remembers Monkey? Who remembers that monkey? Yeah, that's Starfighter, my friend. Yeah, I don't know why you can't get it on digital. I'm sure you can probably buy it, in a download format on digital. But yeah, Pigsy as well. Okay. Fistful of Space 1999s. Has some very good guest stars in it. Planet of the Apes. You filthy apes. That's the original Charlton Heston. Minority Report. Quite a good, decent film. Monkey as well, again. I'm so disappearing. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Close Encounters on VHS. He did come back. VHS Terminator 2. Nice. Alien Special Edition, where we finally got to see the sentry guns. Sweet. I had that. I definitely had that. It might still be my mum's blinking out, annoying me, but now what's this? Oh, wow. So we got Tron on VHS. Look at that. That looks pretty old. Sort of red, nice red case as well. That's pretty cool. Philip, when you say, have I got Stingray? Yes, I have. In what sense, though? Do you mean on a video or as toys? I do have both. And finally, the Terminator, of course, which is only appropriate, really. There we go. On VHS. I think that might actually be the end. Yeah. I'm spent. Good Lord. Well, that took longer than I was expecting, but I'm glad I finally managed to sit down and do it, and that the camera lasted. That's it. That is it. That is literally all of the stuff that was in there. That's both the boxes done, and that was just one lot. I mean, literally, there were about three images that had videos and DVDs in them that made it look like it was a tiny little sort of pile, really. And I ended up getting this delivery of two enormous boxes and just going, oh my God. I mean, I knew it was going to be fairly heavy and bulky because there were videos in it. So I knew the videos were in the mix. But, I look around me and I'm literally surrounded by videos in 2024. That's quite unusual, I feel. So... Lobot, if I could subcontract that to you, sir, I would. But you're probably right. At some point, I'm going to have a bit of a sort and see what I've got. Is it Slimehouse that likes videos? Does he like videos? Because yeah, I'm out. I am quite done now, I think. I'm trying to think if I've got any Jerry Anderson I can show Philip to amuse him. I've only got a few little bits and bats over my right shoulder. I'm not actually sure I can actually move now. I may have to call the fire brigade to get me out of the middle of the videos. Gap, where are you going to put all this stuff? Well, that is an excellent question, Gap. Fortunately, I live in a house that has quite a few cubby holes, but I mean, quite frankly, a lot of it will end up on eBay, I suspect, my friend, because I don't have enough time in my life to watch all of this. But I mean, some of it. The problem is, I can't really say that I'm not interested in any of it. And that's why I got it, but I just had no idea it was going to be this much. So, I've got spare indie movies, 100 Souls VHS. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely stack them up and make a nice sort of display out of them. I don't disagree. Theo does, but seriously doubt these are niche enough for him. Yeah, I get that. He'd want something a little bit more out there, wouldn't he? For the cover art, there's a few there I would go for. Okay, well, Gareth, make a list. I mean, part of the reason why I did this video is that if there are things people are particularly interested in, then maybe we can sort something out. But oh wow, cool. Gosh, I'll have to drink about it. I might have to take up drinking coffee to keep up with Theo. Good Lord. Goes for horror mostly. Yeah, there's no fly in here actually. I thought you might have had the fly. That's a properly scary film, quite frankly. Yeah, the matchboxes aren't expensive for that. You should be able to get those pretty easily. Theo is the Slimehouse guy. It's a channel. He makes his own toys and stuff. Mark, behave. It's quite weird because I can kind of hear your voices when I'm reading the comments. It's funny. I started streaming 91 minutes ago. Good Lord. Wow. Do hit the like button if you haven't already, because that's helpful and stuff. I need a glass of something after that. Good Lord. Count yourself lucky you don't have to tidy it up again. Well, I say tidy up. Loose version of the word. How many tapes? Good Lord. More than I thought. I don't know. There are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. I would... And the ones behind me. I would say at least 60. No, actually, I'm completely lying because there's loads in front of me as well. 80, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, about 80 tapes, I reckon, which is way more than I thought, plus the DVDs. But I really thought there'd be a few more DVDs. I thought the first box was going to be just DVDs, and it wasn't. It was a mix. And mouse mats as well. I mean, God. I think the mouse mats must be from the special editions when the special editions first came out, because they look like CGI X-Wings, and 97 sounds about right for the first re-releases of A New Hope and stuff. Yeah, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad so many people were able to join me on a Friday night. I wasn't quite sure what the audience level would be like, but thank you all for joining, because it was fun to do it with people watching on who could give views and stuff, and it's always fun getting a mystery box from an auction house when you're just not quite sure you've seen it all. It's not exactly a cheap form of entertainment, but I mean, does anyone know what the market for older videos is like at the moment? I mean, I guess like you say, the for the artwork, I suppose people might go for them, mightn't they? Because it's quite easy to get the the sleeves out from these boxes in case you're unfamiliar. If they're not ridiculously sealed in, you can just pull them out. Did I get a good price on this? It was virtually nothing. It was one of those lots where it was probably the lot I felt a connection with it, so I bid for it, but I didn't really anticipate getting it. But ironically, it was the only one that I got that I put a bid in for. So this was the only thing I got from that auction, as it turned out. But but it sold itself short massively. I know Mark's had things like this where you sort of see it and you just sort of think, meh, I'll go for it. But then it ends up being something completely different to what you thought you were going to get at the end. It's crazy, really. Teen Wolf, yeah. Gareth, you're absolutely right. It did cost more to ship. You are absolutely spot on. And I always gulp when I ask for that. But the thing is, I knew it was going to come potentially in like crates. But then the place that that I use goes to the auction house, picks it up, takes it out, repackages it, and then couriers it to you. And they always pack it very, very well. So although it's always a bit terrifying when they give you the price, had I realised it was going to be this much, I might not even have put the bid in. To be honest, but I'm glad that I did because it's been fun to go through it, and I suspect there is stuff here that will help you make the cost back. So because there's so many, if nothing else, there are so many repeats in here that I could just take it into my local CEX and say, right, is Countless Aliens DVDs? What can you give me for them? And yeah, it'll only be a few quid, but the overall spend wasn't ridiculous. So A note star needs to be on. Thank you for that. Yeah, I know, Gareth. I know. I'm not expecting riches from this exercise. It's just a bit of a giggle, really. you know. But the thing is, I think as I think Mark sometimes does, when I go for some of these auctions, I'll normally have my eye on one or two things that are in the lot, which I know I want. So if I have to pay for it, I don't mind because I kind of want those. But then if I can get rid of the other bits, more often than not, I'll break even, which is completely cost neutral if you're fortunate. So um, but the good thing is I know this setup now works reasonably well. All of my lights lasted, which is quite impressive. My phone's lasted, famous last words. But as a first tryout, I'm quite happy with this as a concept, really. There's always one. It's a very airy view, yeah. Well, normally, see when I do my normal videos, my camera kind of shrinks the screen down a bit. But with YouTube just kind of controls the camera, so I can't really sort of I couldn't shrink it down like I would normally do. Not that it really matters. I knew I'd want to show stuff, and I knew it was going to be a bit of a pile, so I thought it didn't really matter. But if I can rig this laptop with OBS, then I do it through OBS next time and try and sort of connect stuff through. But it just, I'd say I don't normally film in this room like this because I wanted to be able to see the chat. So the whole reason that I've got the laptop here is because I wanted to be able to see the chat, and that's why I'm doing the video through the phone because this laptop I haven't tried filming through. So yeah, I'm not in prison. If you watch watch other videos that I do, the only time I'm actually in prison is for Cosmic Council because I use my webcam to stream from my main PC. When I'm actually standing up and doing my other videos, I'm down in this room, so I film stuff here on the end of the table with my tripod with my mobile phone in it. But this is why OBS is a very, very good video streaming tool, Gareth. You can also record videos using it, but you can sort of set up screen formats and screen backgrounds and stuff like that. So OBS itself can stream to YouTube. So a lot of people use it because it's free. There's no subscriptions or anything required for it, but obviously it requires you to be sat at a PC. I don't know whether the Mac would run it. There might well be a Mac version. Anyone know? Lobot. Yeah, go for it, Philip. That one gets watched by quite a few people. I immediately get people who call out the fact that it's not every single Thunderbird 2 going, but I do have a finite budget, funnily enough. Yeah, I mean, I've used OBS for little bits and bobs. Yeah, yeah, you can run it through SteamYard, definitely. It can make you can use it as a virtual camera as well, so it will become a camera feed that other software can actually access. So you can sort of, if you set up a particular layout, you can then feed that through to another package from OBS as if it were a camera. I'm probably not that well up on it, to be honest, but it was a good way to. What it let me do, I used to have a problem with the microphone lagging compared to the video. And what I found that OBS let me do was it allowed me to put in a delay on, probably on the sound actually, so that it then synced up with the video properly. Just like a webcam quirk that I had at that point in time. Right, I'm in desperate need of standing up and having a drink, so I might call it a night there, gentlemen and fish. Could run it with just lag with my iMac. Oh, right, interesting. I suppose it's like anything else. It's how much overhead everything that you're throwing at it takes out of your system. Cool. And there's actually a camera built into this laptop. I could try doing stuff with this laptop. And I could try and join a Cosmic Council from this laptop and then do it down here possibly. Yeah. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for bearing with. I know I had to in case you're wondering why the first attempt disappeared, then this one came on, it's because I couldn't shift it from portrait to landscape without cancelling the stream and starting again. Just a YouTube app thing. I'll know for next time. Although it probably will be a while before I do another auction because it's not a cheap and it's a very time consuming thing because now I've got to do something with all of this. The first time I got something from an auction, I think was like about this time last year, and I've still got stuff sat in here in a box that I've never processed, despite best intentions. So yeah, it does take a while to sort stuff out if you do get a job lot. There's no two ways about it. But anyway. Right, folks. I've just got to figure out how to actually stop the stream now. Yeah, okay. I have no idea how to do that. Right, cheers all. I'm going to get up again and try and... If I can actually reach my mobile phone, I'll stop the stream. Right. Cheers all. Let's get to it, Emma. I can still read your mark. How do I actually stop it? Like that.